Alright guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create our Cityscape project. At school we'd be using Illustrator and Photoshop, but we have PIXLR, so we are going to do our best with what PIXLR can do. Okay, so you will see the word vector pop up on the project page. I'm leaving it there, for next year, because vector images are what you create in Illustrator. So just ignore that word vector for right now. But you're creating a storybook cityscape. Okay, so what I mean by that is you're creating kind of this flat children's book kind of style cityscape. Okay, you are choosing a real place. You could do Paris, you could do London, you could do New York. You can create your own. It could be futuristic. It could be an outer space image. It could just be a suburban street. It's really entirely up to you what you choose to do. But what I'm going to be looking for is that it has depth. So I want to see a foreground, so something in the foreground. So here we have our street lamps. A middle ground, we have all of our houses, and a background. So here we have, the larger city behind this smaller, somewhat suburban area. You could have mountains back there. You could have trees. You could have, who knows? But what I'm looking for is depth. Okay. So also, simple color palette. This one I like a lot because it's in grayscale. That is an option for you. That can be a cool thing that you do. But simplicity, okay? You are taking something super complex, which is a cityscape, and you are kind of simplifying those shapes. Notice the water tower, on top? That's just made up of rectangles, lines, squares. Simple, okay? Again, taking something complex and breaking it down into shape. All right, so this is how it's going to be done, but let me show you my example first. If we were in school, we would have pencil and paper, and you would actually create this cityscape physically drawing it, okay? Then we would scan it in. Then we would, let me show you. Then we would be tracing it with the pen tool and Illustrator, like so, and filling it in, okay? Unfortunately, we can't do that. We don't have Illustrator, but we're going to do something super similar. So here are some examples from last year. Well, not just last year, multiple years worth. Okay, it's getting futuristic. Okay, so, and here's my finished vector cityscape. So we're going to do our best using PIXLR. Please make sure you're logged into your account. So remember what you did, because this project is going to take you some time. There's a lot of layers, there's a lot of details that you're going to add, so you're going to want to save your progress. So Advanced E, create new. The full HD totally works. Going to call it Cityscape. I'm going to call it Cityscape Example. Create. Remember our navigate button, like so. So I already went ahead and saved images that I'm going to put together to create my collage. So instead of doing your sketch like we did, like you would have done in school, in class, let's see, where's my sketch? There's my sketch. Instead of this, you're going to create a collage. The collage will be your sketch that you are then going to use the different shape tools, different line drawings, pen, brush, in order to trace your collage. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start by putting together my collage. So I'm going to go ahead and add a new layer, click image. And again, I already sourced my images that I'm intending to use. So let's go into that folder. I'm going to go with my row of houses. Oh, not that one. When the Chrome doesn't load fast enough, I can't see what my thumbnails are, so it's that one. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that one at the bottom. I'm gonna use my magic wand. I'm gonna try to kind of erase out the things that I don't want to use. We just did this for our last project, so you should know exactly how to do this stuff. Use a combo of your eraser and the magic wand as best you can. Remember, this is the collage that you're basing things on, so it doesn't have to be super clean. Okay, so let's add. I got my row of houses. Now mine was to put in, yeah, like a mountain town. It's like the edge of a mountain town. That's my idea. Okay. All right, that'll do. And maybe a little bit this up a little bit. No, not that. This, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right. And I'm going to want to see at least 3 images combined in your collage. All the project requirements will be on the project page like usual. Okay, smaller, right? Okay. Oh, I got rid of the entire. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time. I know that when I draw this, that I'm going to just use a ball to be the light part of my street lamp. Oh, that's really small. Maybe it's on this side of the street. Remember, you can edit, transform, flip. I want it to be in that direction. Okay, for now, I'm just going to put that in. All right, you will save this. You're going to do File, Save it as a JPEG. You're going to hand this in. I'm going to give you a separate grade for the collage itself. Okay, so make sure you download that, put that into the assignment on Google Classroom. Okay, now drawing this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to right click. I'm going to flatten the image so it's all one thing. Now, I obviously would be taking a lot more time on this. I want to see you guys taking more time in your collage. I'm just trying to fit this all into this one video tutorial. Okay, so right click on that background again, lower the transparency. Okay, all right, new layer, empty. Make this swatch white if you haven't done so already. If it's not automatically that, use your fill and put it underneath. Okay, so this is the setup. White background, or it could be black. Maybe not black. Stick to white. Make it white. And then you have your collage on top with a lower transparency. Again, right click, transparency is there. Okay, now I'm going to add an empty layer on top. Another thing you can do is lock these two so you don't mess with it. Okay, drawing on top. Okay, you're going to use the shape tool, circles, and then this line I'll show you. So the shape, remember you can zoom in. I'm going to go ahead and start with just the garage doors. We'll start there. Make sure that you, let's see what it's going to do. Yep, see it's already filled in. I don't want that right now, so I'm going to click the no fill right there. And I don't necessarily want that white, so I'm going to undo, and I'm going to flip. There we go. So now it's a black outline. You don't have to do a black outline on your stuff. Some students will create their cityscape without any outlines, and that's an interesting look. I do like that look. It's entirely up to your artistic choice. Okay. All right, so say here are my garage doors. All right, I have all my garage doors on one layer. Now use your magic wand. Select your garage door. Shift on the keyboard. Add to your selection. Okay. Now I'm going to put in a gradient so it looks like there's shadowing, there's shading on these garage doors. So remember, whatever these two swatches are down here is going to be your gradient. Remember, you can do linear or radial. I'm going to do linear for this. And then it applies that gradient to everything you have selected at once. Okay. So now I'm like, all right, let's do a roof. Okay, with a different tool. So empty layer. This is going to be my roof layer. Just going to deselect. Okay. So now let's see the line tool. All right, super important to zoom in when you're using the line tool. You'll see why. All right, so you're going to click, hold, and then go over to where your line's going to end and let go. Okay, it does make a straight line, but it won't, like the pen tool, if I see how it's not continuing the line, so it's not going to be a true shape. But again, this is Pixlr, so we're doing our best with what we have. Right, like so. I understand you guys are using the trackpad on your Chromebooks. Do your best. Take your time. Okay. So although it's not a true shape, once we draw it, okay, you can still use your magic wand, select the area so that, you know, if there's no like areas that you left open, it will select like so, and you can apply a gradient. Let's do a different color so you guys can see. Let's see, do black. Okay, and then once you change these two swatches, you then have to go here and then click the first swatch. Okay, and yep, click and drag. Okay, so let's zoom out so you can see. Ta-da! So it's slowly coming together, right? Hopefully you can tell, you know, what I'm going for here. Now, things that are not straight lines, like our mountains. Okay, so I'm going to add a new layer, empty. You're going to want different layers for different things. Like your window should be one layer, more or less, roof, street, you know, separated by layer. You can also use the brush or the pen, I suppose, but I'm going to use the brush. And right now it's soft, so I want it to be like a hard edge. And it's also red right now. I'll just leave that for now, but change the color. Come on. Oh, I still have my selection, right? So make sure your selection's off before you try to do something else. Come on. And Pixlr, unfortunately, will sometimes decide to not do what you want it to do. Okay, so like I was trying to say, brush, new layer. Okay, play around with the size, hardness. It really depends on what you want it to look like. You draw that freeform line. Okay, in order to make it a complete shape, you gotta go all the way around. If you know it's gonna be hidden, don't worry about that like bottom line. So we go up, take your time, use the magic wand, select the area, gradient. I don't know, maybe I'll do like a gray. Oh yeah, remember, change it to that first. There we go. Okay, and then oh, I did it on the same layer as my roof, so I'm just gonna go backwards. Undo, undo, undo. Okay, new layer, empty. Right, then use that brush. It's in gray. You can see like the technical difficulties that happen, which happens to you in Photoshop too, you know? It's just here, troubleshooting can be annoying considering it's not the most high-powered program. Okay, select, use your gradient, apply it like so, select, deselect, and then move it, where you